Welcome everyone. Today we are going to learn how to create an app called Quiz using MVC architecture from scratch. So let's get started. First, select new project, read the name, and then save the project in my computer. So here is the app. You need to answer true or false, and then new question will appear on the screen. If you answer a right question, the color will be green, but if you are wrong, the color will be red. You can see the progress on the bottom part, and every question has a different image and different text also. At the end of the questions, you will see an alert answering if you want to continue, if you want to play again or finish. So first you need to create 3 different carpets or new group. Call it model. We are going to create another, call it view, another, call it controller. So let's start with the design of our app, and here is the design. We need to add first an image view, to background. Then we are going to add some constraints. In this case will be 0 from all sides. But first we need to add some images. So in this case I'm going to add some images. If you want to use, I'll put the link on the description of this video. So then we are going to select the background name. In this case is called degradado, and then we need to change to scaled field. Then we need to add a label on the top of the screen, change a little bit the size and the style of the letter. Maybe we are going to select marker felt and put score. Score will be 0 in this case. Then we are going to add another image view to show the image of the question. Then we are going to add another label, but we need to set lines 0 and make an question example. the point called Nemo is the point hardest to arrive in all the world. Sorry if my English isn't very good. This is my first video tutorial in English, but I hope can help you. And then we need to add two buttons to allow the user answer the question. Let's add some of style, maybe with white color of background, change true, and change the style by default, and change the letter style to title 1. If I click Command D, we can duplicate this button and only we need to change the true by false. We need to add these two buttons into stack view, and then we need to set a constraints of height of one of them by 50. Second, we need to set fill equally, and finally we need to add the progress view to show the progress of our quiz. And we need to add 8 constraint of height. And finally, this is a little tip: add a UI view at the end of the design to fill the black space, the white space, sorry. We need to add some constraint to the image, maybe 180, and finally the first label to 40. At the end, we need to add all of the objects into a main stack view, and this main stack view set the constraints, maybe on the top 10, 25 trailing, and bottom 20. Finally, we need to set the alignment to fill. Let me put some image of example, maybe this one. Change the aspect fill. Maybe we need to put, oh yes, we need to put some constraints to the text of the question, maybe 100 points. And finally, what happened with this? This is the stack view, fill equally. Let me see what happened here. Okay, the UI view, we need to clear color, and these buttons, let me see what's happening here. Okay, we need to set the constraint of the height of the button. Okay, fill. What is wrong here? Let me see. one second, guys. This is stack view, fill equally. Let me set to 10, maybe 50. Something is wrong here. Sorry, 20. I don't know exactly what's happening here with the stack of the buttons. Let me change to another preview. Is the same. Maybe let me delete these two buttons and add again button. Let me set the true, change the background color to white, and then add another button and change the title for false and set the background to white also. Let me see what happened in here. What's wrong here? Okay, well, spacing by 10. Okay, and finally add some constraint to 50. Yes, is ready. Our design was a little bit difficult. I don't know exactly what happened, but finally we finished. Okay, so this is the design. So let's try test our design. Well, we need to create two files in the model carpet. So add new file, and this will be a suite file. We need to put the name, and let me see what name could be question. The name of the file, question, but with question. And we are going to create a structure, question is missing one letter, so struct question. Oh, here is our design. Is not so good, but it works, so we can continue. And then we are going to write some parameters. Let text of type string, another answer type string also. Let color of type UI color, and finally image of type UI image. But we need to import UIKit framework. Then we are going to create another important file in our carpet of model. So right click and new file. The name of the file will be brain quiz or quiz brain, maybe quiz brain. And we are going to create an structure also, call it quiz brain, and we need to import also UIKit framework. And the first part, we need to add an array of questions. So questions, and here we need to write some objects of questions. So question, and we need to fill the requirements. Text, maybe we need write some questions in English. Tokyo always has been the capital of Japan. True or false? The answer will be false. The color, I'm going to select a black color, and the image, I need to select the image, call it, let me see the name of the image in the assets folder. I think this is that image, the image named 2. It's a weird name, but the important thing is to put the correct and make the force on grab. So let's add some more questions, maybe 2 more, and only change the text and the answer. The next will be the following. Okay, to finish this tutorial quickly, a little bit quickly, I'm going to put some questions in Spanish that I have here. So only the answer will be in English, and the answer is true for the second one. And the third, let me change the text of the question. 3, and this will be the 1. So the first, the question, the answer is true, and the name is 1, and the name of the second one is 3. Okay, let's continue with another 2 variables. We need to specify the number of questions. Number of question equals 0, and then the score. Score will be 0 also. Then we need to specify a function, call it review or check answer, and we need to input the answer of the user answer of type string, and we need to return a boolean to check in the view controller if it's correct or wrong. And then we need to specify if user answer is equal to questions in the index num of question, and the param is text. If this is true, we need to increase the score plus equal 1, and then we need to return true. But if the user answer is not true, we need to return false. And we need to change the structure of the function, adding the mutating word, because we are trying to mutate the parameter that is score, and we need to add this word. Then we need to add another functions. The next function is called get score, and we need to return an integer and return score. The second or the next function is called get text of question, and we are going to return a string. We need to specify return the array of questions in the num of question dot text. Then we need to add another function called get progress, and we are going to return a float and return questions, the index num of question dot okay, no, we need to add progress and make a calculation. Float num of question plus 1 divided into float of number of questions dot count, and finally return this new calculation, return progress. And finally we need to add 3 more functions. The next one is get color, and we are going to return UI color, and we need to specify the color or only return questions in the num of question dot color. And finally the image, we need to create another function, get image, and return an UI image to show in the user screen. And we need to return questions in the num of question dot image. And finally we need to specify another very important function called next question, and it will return a boolean, and we need to make a validation if num of question plus 1 is less than questions dot count. We need to increase the num of question plus 1 plus equal 1 and return false. Else we need to return true, but before we need to set the number of questions equals 0 to reset our quiz. But we need to add also the keyword mutating, and return true. So this is all of our model. This is the most important part of our app. So let's continue with the interface, the user interface. We need to make the connections, open the divided screen, and make the IV outlets. This will be called score label. The second one is called image question, text question, and we need to connect the buttons through button, and the false button. And finally we need to connect this progress view, but first we need to add more spacing, maybe 45 points. No, it's too much. 30 points. So let's connect this progress view, call it progress quiz. Okay, we are ready to make all the logic of our app, but first we need to order a little bit our files. We need to move this view controller to the controllers folder. The view folder we can move the main storyboard and launch screen storyboard also. And this is a simple app, but we are using the MVC architecture. Okay, let's open the view controller file and write some code. Okay, first we need to make an instance of our structure, call it quiz brain, or brain quiz. Brain quiz is an instance of quiz brain. In the view.load method, first we need to set or configure the first question. So let's begin with progress quiz dot progress equals to quiz equals to brain quiz dot get progress. The image questions dot image equals to brain quiz dot get image. Second, we can set a little bit style of our image to round corners, maybe image question dot layer dot corner radius equals 20, and image questions dot layer dot masked bounds equals true. Then for the text of the label, text question dot text equals to brain quiz dot get text question. We can change the color of the text question also. We can write text question dot text color equals brain quiz dot get color, and I think is all. Let's try again. This is the final app, so let's see our design. Okay, is good. We can see the rounded corners, we can see the first question also, and we can see the score. So I think the score we need to set also in the beauty load score label dot text equals to score word, and we can make the string interpolation and put brain quiz get score points. So we need to open the main storyboard a little bit and make the IV actions for the buttons. We need only IV actions. Call it users answer button tap, and we need to select UI button, and this connection we are going to connect the another button. So then with only one IV action we can get the user's answer. So let me see. Okay, we can also round the corners of the buttons, but maybe at the end. So we need to open again the view controller and start writing here inside of the action of the users. First we need to create a variable, call it answer or user answer, users answered equals to sender dot title label dot text. Like this is an optional, we need to make a force on grab or write a default value. In this case I'm going to add a default value. Then we need to check if it's true or false the user answer and create another write answer equals to brain quiz dot check answer, and we are going to send the user answer, and this function will return a boolean, and we are going to check if right answer is right. We are going to change the sender dot background color equals to UI color dot green to indicate the user that this answer is right, but if isn't, we are going to change the color by red. We can add also a little bit feedback for the users, a little bit vibration. Call it generator equals to UI impact feedback generator, and the style will be heavy, and generator dot impact occur. And let me see. Okay, we are going to specify if the users answer a bad question. It's a wrong answer. But we need to disable the buttons of our app. So let's write false button is enabled equals false, and true button dot is enabled equals false, to avoid the user's answer again immediately when the button is with a specific color. And finally, we need to validate if there are more questions to show to the user. So we are going to write if brain quiz dot next question. We are going to create an alert equals we alert action, we alert controller with title end of quiz. The message is, do you want to try again? And the style will be alert. Then we are going to create an action. Yes action of type we alert action with title, style, and handler. The title yes, style default, and we are going to create another no action of type we alert action, style title no, style cancel, and the handler will be exit 0 to finish the app. Exit 0. Then we are going to add action to our alert. Yes action and no action. And finally present our alert with animated true. But if there are more questions, we are going to create a timer dot schedule timer with 1 second, 1.5 second target self selector. We are going to create a special function, call it change questions. User info nil and repeats false. Okay, and we need to create this special function just after our scope of IV action. We need to write at objc func change question, and then we are going to write a little bit more logic. First we need to update my label, So write question label, no, text question dot text equals to brain quiz dot get text question. We can change the color also. Text question dot text color equals to brain quiz dot get color. We can change the image of our questions. Image question dot image equals to quiz brain quiz dot get image. The progress is progress quiz dot progress equals to brain quiz dot get progress. Finally, we need to set the score. Score label dot text equals to score string interpolation and brain quiz dot get score points. And finally, we need to reset the color and reset the enable of our buttons. True button dot background color equals to UI color white. Copy and change the false button. And finally, we need to change this enable to true. Okay, I think we finished, so let's try. After 1 second, the next question will be appear on the screen and the users can check their answer. And this is how the MVC architecture works. Okay, we can see it's working. Maybe select true. Okay, we can see our alert, and if I select yes, we need to reset our quiz, and we need to reset inside of the button of our alert. So let's add this missing code. Let me 1 second. Okay, so change a little bit our yes action with a handler, and we are going to add more code. We need to, let me see, if the user answer yes, we need to set the score of our brain quiz equals 0, and then we need to add another timer, or we can copy. I know this is a bad action, but for finish a little bit quickly, we need to add some time. Let me see, okay, self brain quiz dot score equals 0 to reset the num of question. Yes, I think is almost done. So let's try again. Hopefully all work fine. So here we go. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments. And you can see if I want to select while the button is with another color, I can't. If I select yes, okay, here is the number one of our questions again. Let me answer with correct words. Let me see. True. Okay, here is happening something bad because only we can see the red, so we can print this answer and we can change the string interpolation sender dot title label, and let me check in the quiz brain the answer true, true, false. Okay, false, true, true. So the first question is false and true, true. False, and we can see here is optional text false. Okay, something is wrong in the view controller sender title label. I think it's missing. Okay, it's missing the text. So let me see what's happening here. False, optional false, true, and true. Okay, something is wrong, but the user answer is right. So let me see if check answer function, check answer function. Here answer dot is dot answer, not dot text. This is wrong here. I was comparing with the text, and we need to compare with the answer if the text is equals. So let's try again. False, okay, and then is true, and true the last. Okay, yes, that's all for this video tutorial. See you in the next video. Regards.